Have you ever wondered why you dine at 9? Why the first thing you do in the morning is check your Instagram? Why do you believe that drinking milk is healthy or that breakfast is the most important meal of the day? That money will give you freedom to do what you really want, and then you'll be truly happy. Why you stop your work to light a cigarette, why you work out at the gym, or why you dress yourself in fashionable clothing? Why do you live with your nuclear family? And why, after a day of work, you feel like you've contributed to something bigger, that your life has meaning? Well, the answer is simple. When studying art, I was given a lot of literature about the relationship of art and the free market. Most of the authors stood strongly against it, that beauty should never be commoditized, and that the industry will ruin art forever. My scribbles all over these books prove my utter disagreement with such ideas. How couldn't they see the wonders of the free market? How couldn't they get that art always was and always will be a commodity, and that it's actually a good thing? I made sure to express these annoyances in my essays, which coined me as the school's neoliberal, which I took as a compliment but was clearly meant as an insult. These ideas were the main reason why I ended up here, mastering in marketing, where my passion for art creation could better serve the free market and create value in people's life. Well, that romanticized view of marketing didn't last very long, as I got lectured in the same matter from the complete opposite side. All those Frankfurt School's ideas started to make more and more sense. They were right after all, and I was wrong. There are two things that define who we are and how we act: nature and nurture. Our nature is a part of us we cannot change. It's our genome. It defines our physiology, our physical capacities, and our psychology, our intellectual abilities. Our nurture is the environment around us, the people we interact with, the organization of the space we're in, the stories we're told, how we feed, and all that surrounds us. All human behavior is based on some combination of these two factors. Since genome is unchangeable, or at least not yet legal to change in humans, to have any control over our actions, the only way is through the design of the environment. But have you ever stopped to look around? Have you ever analyzed the environment around you? Is it designed in your best interest? Think about it. The food you eat, the city you live in, what you do, and why you do it. Do you really want to check your Instagram every morning, or do the notifications immediately spark your reward system? Do you really want to drink that coffee, or does your natural crave for sugar take hold of you? If we go back a little further, even the most trivial of things turn out to have started with branded propaganda. No one drank milk regularly before the 1950s campaign, which used doctors to advise it, when half of us are actually intolerant to lactose. But we still do it every day, like its healthiness is a known fact. Even breakfast was not considered that important until a cereal brand decided it was in their interest to be so. Or even, the fact that we live with our nuclear families is an effect of the campaign that aimed to increase labor productivity by decreasing the time people spend taking care of their loved ones. The consequences might not seem that relevant in these cases, but they surely were when tobacco companies made their efforts to spread the cancer-causing sticks so effectively that many people still smoke them 70 years later. Or when Nestlé decided to use fake nurses to sell milk supplements to African mothers who later saw their own children die from malnutrition. Or even when Exxon bought every climate change research for 30 whole years so that their nefarious actions, which effects worsened each day, weren't scrutinized by the public. What matters is not the actions, but the perception. As long as brands communicate with trendy buzzwords like environmentally friendly, sustainable, ethical or clean, they are free to act with as much malice as they want. Just like the child-produced Kit Kat bars packaged with "Against Slavery" stickers. I know these might seem like some isolated cases, but it's the norm. It's what we call marketing. You don't believe me? Pick up any marketing book and see for yourself. Nowadays, it only gets worse, since besides the physical, there's still the digital environment, where all information we receive is individually curated by algorithms whose main goal is to toward as much of our attention as possible to paid content, consequently shaping our whole perception of reality based on advertised interests. Our environment is so meticulously designed that only one question remains. Are we even free? Do we really choose anything? Is marketing stealing our freedom? Think about it. Have you ever lived a day without buying anything? Is consumption our only role? We keep mindlessly using all these concepts of consumer behavior with the best of our intentions, but do we ever stop to question its effects and if it's the right thing to do? Is it? Is marketing moral? That's what I aim to discover. How? With experimental philosophy, the field of philosophical inquiry that uses empirical data to inform research on philosophical matters. The literature is quite extensive, either on marketing or on morality. The idea is to go to the most relevant and, after choosing an adequate framework, evaluate with deductive reasoning how marketing concepts and practices stand the test of moral philosophy. From those insights, form hypotheses to then test with analysis of quantitative primary and secondary data. I could, for example, plot the well-being indexes from different countries with their level of marketing development and find how they are related. Or I could compare answers of people who live in countries with and without widespread modern marketing practices to understand how they affect them. It all depends on what kind of conclusions I find on literature. The unconscious consensus of the morality of marketing, not only in the academy but also in its practical application, further perpetuates the immoral actions through generations, since it keeps being taught at schools without being ever questioned. The goal is to question them, get professionals and theorists to understand the flawed models marketing is based on, so that new models better able to benefit society can be slowly built and implemented. While I study it, think about it. To your day, which decisions are you really making, and which are being made for you? Discuss with me. Is marketing moral?